Pull a Lego brick out of a box your grandfather opened in 1958. Now grab a brick from a set bought at a Target in 2025. They will snap together perfectly, tight enough to hold a tower of 40, loose enough that a 6-year-old can pull them apart. Every other plastic toy from 67 years ago is in a landfill or a museum. Lego is the only product on Earth where the version your grandfather owned and the version your kid owns can be assembled into the same wall. There is a number behind that, 0.005 of a millimeter, and a single Danish patent that locks it in. Here on the reason why. Lego didn't start as plastic. The Danish company spent the 1930s making wooden ducks, yo-yos, and pull toys out of beech wood in a tiny carpenter's workshop in Billund, Denmark. The founder, Ole Kirk Christensen, was a carpenter who lost his wife and his furniture business in the same decade and pivoted to children's toys to keep his sons fed. The plastic injection molding machine arrived in 1947. A giant second-hand British contraption that took up half the workshop floor. The first plastic bricks rolled off in 1949, and they did exactly one thing wrong. They wouldn't lock. You could stack them, sure, but the slightest bump and the tower fell apart. On January 28, 1958, Ole's son Godefred filed a patent in Copenhagen titled Toy Building Brick. The drawing was elegant. A brick with the familiar studs on top, and on the bottom, 3 hollow tubes running between the studs. That single addition is the entire trick. When you press a brick down, the studs from the lower brick wed against the inner walls of the tubes from the upper brick. Each contact point is a tiny precision fit. 3 tubes plus 8 studs equals about 36 grip points on a standard 2x4 brick. That is what the industry calls clutch power. And that exact patent geometry has been every Lego brick made since. Here's where the number lands. The patent geometry only works if every brick is manufactured to a tolerance of 0.005 of a millimeter. That is 2/10,000ths of an inch. 1/20th the width of a human hair. If a stud is 1/100th of a millimeter too wide, the brick won't snap on. If a tube is 1/100th of a millimeter too narrow, the brick locks too hard, and a 6-year-old can't pull it apart. Lego runs the tightest consumer product tolerances in the world. Tighter than most aerospace bolts. Tighter than every other plastic toy ever made. And they have held that tolerance on every single brick for almost 70 years. But the patent and the tolerance aren't the whole story. The first Lego bricks in 1949 were made of cellulose acetate, the same plastic as old film stock. It warped. It yellowed in sunlight. It shrank 1/10 of a millimeter over a few years, which is 20 times the allowable tolerance. By 1963, Lego switched to acrylonitrile butadiene-styrene, ABS, the plastic now used for everything from car bumpers to football helmets. ABS is rigid, dimensionally stable, hard to crack, and shrinks almost zero over decades. That switch is why bricks made in 1963 still measure to the same tolerance today. The plastic itself is the time machine. The third piece of the puzzle is the molds. Each Lego brick comes out of a steel injection mold that costs about $80,000. Each mold lasts roughly 50,000 operating hours and produces about 120 million bricks before it is retired. The mold itself is machined to a tolerance of 0.002 of a millimeter, even tighter than the brick, because the steel will wear by 0.005 before retirement, and the bricks are calibrated to come out within spec for that whole life. Lego retires the mold the moment it drifts. The retired molds are not sold. They are crushed. There are no second-hand Lego molds floating around the world. The factory in Billund runs about 90 injection molding machines, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. They make roughly 42 billion bricks per year. Quality control runs at the line. A camera sweeps every brick coming off, and any brick that misses spec by more than the allowed tolerance is automatically rejected. The reject rate is about 18 bricks per million produced. a number so low that most engineering classes call it 6 sigma quality. The rejected bricks are ground up and recycled into the next batch of plastic. Nothing leaves Billund that does not snap into a brick from 1958, regardless of color, shape, or the year on the box. There is one more thing the engineers had to solve. A brick that is too tight cannot be played with. A brick that is too loose falls apart. LEGO calibrates clutch power so that 2 stacked bricks require exactly 5 newtons of force to pull apart. That number was set in the 1960s by a LEGO engineer who built a custom test rig with a calibrated spring. Every batch since is sample tested against that exact rig. A brick from a kit your grandfather bought has the same 5 Newton clutch as a brick coming off the line in Billund this morning. Most consumer products break that promise on purpose. Plastic forks last one lunch. A new charging cable replaces last year's port. Even the iPhone in your pocket. 15 models in, no 2 of them backward compatible at the case level. LEGO is the inverse. Every brick made since January 28, 1958, snaps into every brick made since. 67 years of total intercompatibility on a product line that ships 42 billion units a year. Compatibility is the product, not the bricks themselves, not the license sets, not the colors. The fact that any 2 of them, picked at random from any year of manufacture, will lock together. That is what you actually buy. That is what every other plastic toy company tried and failed to copy. The patent expired in 1978. The geometry was open. Anyone could have made an interchangeable brick. Most tried. None held the tolerance. None ground up their rejects. None retired their molds the moment they drifted. The barrier to copying LEGO was never the patent. It was the discipline behind the 5,000ths of a millimeter. You can run the math. 42 billion bricks at 5 newtons of clutch is 210 billion newtons of total LEGO force shipped per year. That is more clutch than the global airline fleet's combined seatbelt buckles produce in a decade. Whatever you build with one is what you can rebuild, decade after decade, with the next. LEGO didn't lock the geometry. They locked the discipline that produces the geometry. That is the part competitors never copied because it cannot be patented. It can only be repeated daily for 67 years and counting. If you liked this one, there's a whole channel of stories like it. The reasons behind everyday things you've never questioned. Subscribe so the next one finds you.